Thanks for joining us today. I wanted to get started with the exhibitor training. I think we have a few other people still joining us. I apologize. I think there was a little glitch with the login, the password, passcode, but it's like most of you got that sorted out. So I will go ahead and get started here. Oops, that didn't delete. Anyway, I'm Erin Rogers. I'm the Membership and Operations Coordinator with Rocky Mountain section of AWWA. That other one is not supposed to be there. So everybody's muted right now, just to keep down on the background noise, but feel free to turn on your microphone if you'd like to ask a question. You can also type in the chat box, and I'll try to keep my eye on that as we go forward. And I'm also recording this so that you can watch it later, and people who didn't get to make it on today can also watch it later. So today we're just going to do a couple main things. We really want to get you ready for the event, which starts next week. So I'm going to be training you on all of the networking tools inside the event, as well as going over some of the best practices for connecting with attendees. So the first thing I'm going to do is just jump right over into Chrome. And I wanted to just do a quick review of your exhibitor portals. This is an example of a portal, and I think almost all of you have your information already populated here with your logo and all your descriptions and links and things like that. I did just want to highlight, this went out in an email, I believe it was yesterday, but show you about assigning your tickets. Everybody who purchased a booth got a free ticket to the summit, complimentary, that allows you to get into all the different courses, sessions and live events. So this is just a quick reminder of where you assign those tickets. If you purchase any of those discounted tickets for your staff, this is where those would be as well. And then also, you may have noticed this section on products and services. Take just a second to come up here. There's just a few things listed here now, but if you have anything that you would like us to add to this section so that you can check the box for your particular company and what you offer, go ahead and just send those to us in an email at that info, it says right over here, info@rmsawwa.org. And we'll get those added for you, and then you can go back in here and check the boxes. These just show up in the filters when people are searching in the platform. It's not essential, but it's something you can use if you would like to. The other thing I wanted to go into real quick, just so everybody understands, is that this is your portal link. You've had this for a while. This is where you do a lot of all your behind the scenes things for your booth. However, when you actually, when the event starts, you're going to have a link to that. It's called the virtual event portal. So it's going to be different than your exhibitor portal. Those links are going to be sent out the night before, so Monday night. And then once you'll have a login and password for that. So that's what you'll use to access the event. And when you do that, it's really important that you use the Chrome browser like I'm using now. Google Chrome, some of the other browsers like Edge, Internet Explorer, Safari, they have some known issues with the platform, the feed loop that we're using. So really highly recommend that you use Chrome. Let's see, so now I'm gonna hop over to, actually I'm gonna go to the main event website and just point out, this is the other thing, another thing that got emailed yesterday, but we do have the schedule now posted on the website, and we sent it to each one of you as well. And you'll see on here in green are this is really small, I apologize for that. I'm not quite sure how to quickly make it bigger, but it's on the website, so you'll be able to see it. Everything in green are the scheduled exhibit hall hours, and that's where we'll really be pointing people to come visit your booth. So those are the best times for you to be available. I mean, if you can be available more than that, that's great, but those are the times that people are really going to be coming in larger numbers to visit the booths. So now I'm going to go over to the event portal, the virtual event portal. This is where the whole event takes place. Some of you may have already seen this on a previous demo, but I'm going to go into it in much more detail today. So when you first go in, you're here in the lobby. And then there are different sections here. You know, we have our social media feed, we have some announcements, and over on the far right is a lobby chat area. And then across the left-hand side are the main navigation options for the event. If you're one of the people that has a ticket to watch any of the sessions, you just access those on the sessions tab over here. And when those events go live, they're going to have a video in this place here. But the main part that I want to show you today is the exhibit hall. So we've got our sponsors here on the first page that you can access. And then scrolling down this column here are going to be all of your booths. And you'll see the small logos here are those thumbnail logos that you uploaded. And then, you know, when people are scrolling through, they can just click on a name of a booth and then it'll open up right here. And then, as I mentioned a minute ago, we have those filters. So if there's a specific product or service that you'd like to highlight for people to sort by, that you can do here. People can also put in just a keyword search if they want to do that. I'm not sure that that's something that'll happen that much, but it may. So then I just want to go through, I'm going to use our booth, the Rocky Mountain AWWA, as an example today, and show you all the features. So everything that you'll see here in this larger column is your booth. So you're going to have at the top your join live button, which is the video booth, which I will just demonstrate for you very shortly. The request info button, which I'll also mention, and then all the information that you already uploaded, your banner, your tagline, your links, your managers, files, company description, and your video. And if you did the YouTube video, then you'll have 2 of them showing up here. So just to go through the chatting functionality of FeedLoop first, there's a couple things that you really have to learn how to do here. One of them is to keep an eye on this notification bell in the upper right-hand corner that has a little 10 by it on my screen. This is your notifications area. So this is going to tell you when you receive a private message from anybody in the portal, as well as any announcements that would apply to you from us, from the event staff. So you click on that. There we go. And you're going to have new notifications, as well as you can look at the ones you've already read. This is what a private message will look like. You'll have a name and a picture and a message here. The thing to remember that's a little quirky about FeedLoop is you can't actually reply to this message right here. There's nowhere to do it. This is just notifications. And it kind of says here at the bottom, visit your chat to continue conversations. More specifically, that should say, visit your networking section and then the chats to continue the conversations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this, because this is what you'll have to do. You get a notification, you can read it here, but then you close out of it and you just go to networking. Anything that's going to have to do with chats is in networking. So I'm on networking. There's 4 tabs across the top. People is just a list of everybody who is registered for the event. So those This is a way where you can click on somebody that you would like to get in contact with, and you click on them, and then there's a start chat button here that would allow you to send a private message. And then that person would get a notification on their bell icon. The groups feature isn't anything we're currently using. And then the chats, this is where you will receive any chats that are sent to you, and you'll be able to respond. So that one that I just showed you in the notifications from Anne, when you go over to the right-hand side here, that's going to be your chat feed, no matter where you are in the portal, and it'll be labeled at the top. In the lobby, it said public lobby chat, and here it's private attendee chat. So I'm privately chatting here with Anne, and I can just send messages, and also you can join a video call. I'll display the video call in a second when we get back to the booth, but you can also do them one-on-one here. And then this booth tab is going to show you everybody who has visited your booth, and it's going to tell you when they were there. Now, this doesn't include contact information, but it does allow you to click on that name and send the person a message if you wish to do so. And I think that's one of the things that we do recommend is one of your managers should be keeping an eye on this booth tab and, reaching out. Someone stopped by your booth, reach out, say, is there anything I can help you with? Or, whatever your messaging is going to be. So that is the networking tab. You, during the event, will probably spend quite a bit of time here. What we recommend is, if possible, that you have 2 monitors going and have your networking tab like this open in one, and then your booth open in another, so that you could monitor both your booth chat feed as well as any private chats over here. If not, if you don't have the option to do that, that's not a problem. You'll just have to click back and forth when you receive messages, or if you want to send a message through the people option. So I'm going to click back to the exhibit hall and go back to our booth. So as I mentioned, over on this right-hand side is the public exhibitor chat. And so that is just a chat feed for your booth, but it's public. So anybody can post a message there. You can respond. It's a good way to, maybe ask questions of your visitors, anything like that. If you click on the other tab at the top here, that's going to show you everybody who's in your booth at that time. So the booth tab that I showed you in networking is going to show a historical list of everybody that's been in your booth. And then you can see here, Anne just popped in. So that shows you in real time who's in your booth. And again, you can click on the name and send them a message just like that. One other thing to show here is that this tiny little circle, green circle around Anne's picture, that's a notification that she is currently online. So anytime, anywhere you are in the site and you see one of these icons with the attendee picture, if it has a green circle around it, that means they're online. Of course, anybody that's in your booth at the current time is going to be online. But that's just a little tip for you. I just got a question. What happens when 2 of us are online and at 2 different locations? Are we both able to be seen, or one at a time? So Mary, that's if it's 2 booth managers that you're talking about and you're both logged in, you will both be seen wherever you are in the site. So, if you're in the lobby, it's the same thing. I'll click over there. There's this presence indicator here, shows you who's in the lobby. If you're in the booth, and if you're in the sessions, that'll show. So I hope that answered your question. If not, just either come off mute or put in another chat message. So now, Anne, I think I'll have you log off and hop into the video of the booth so we can demonstrate that. So back to the exhibit hall. It's kind of good that I wanted to do a lot of this navigation back and forth just so you can see where you need to go. So back to the Rocky Mountain AWWA booth. And so for this, I'm going to show you all how to use this Join Live feature. This Join Live feature is an upgrade that we purchased for all the exhibitors. It's part of the lead retrieval package. So we really want to make sure you can use it because it's a really cool feature of FeedLoop. So when you're at your booth, it's always a good idea to go into your video booth and be there in case someone joins, because this is a group functionality. So it's not a one-on-one. You're not going to get a notification when somebody wants to jump into a video with you. You just have to either communicate by text, these private chats about when you're going to get in there, or you can just hang out in there, which is kind of what I recommend when you're in your booth hours. So you click on the Join Live button. And then here, this can be a little tricky, but once you get the hang of it, it's really not that bad. So you'll see here, the first thing you're going to see is your device settings. So you want to just make sure that you've got your microphone and your video selected. It'll give you a little preview. It's not doing that for me now just because my camera is in use on Zoom, but it would be showing me there. And then the other thing I want to point out here is that there's two scrolling bars on this right-hand side. There's that one and there's this one. So you're looking for this Join Meeting button. You may need to scroll one or the other of these bars to find it. So I'm going to click on that. And there's Anne. She's been waiting for me. And this booth can accommodate up to 25 people with 16 of them on video. It has room for 16 video feeds. So you can use this if you would like to have some sort of a demo, or if you want to just do a little talk to attendees on a particular topic. You can use this built-in video booth. There's no extra plugins or anything that people have to download. It's just integrated right into FeedLoop. That's their own platform called FeedLoop Meet. So, what you would do is if you want to schedule something at a particular time, just let people know, put it in your exhibitor chat feed, send it out ahead of time on email, do it in the public lobby chat, or you could just invite people one by one as you see them and tell them to come to your booth, click on Join Live, and you'll all be in this little virtual meeting. So it's a pretty neat feature. Thank you, Anne, for helping me demonstrate. So then when you're done, you just click on this little leave button here, and then it'll ask you if you want to leave the meeting. But like I said, it would be, because you don't get a notification when someone joins that, which I think is kind of a little glitchy, it's not a bad idea just to be in there. You could just be in there muted and waiting for people to stop by. Or like I said, you can always just reach out to them and ask them to come and join your video booth. So that is a really cool functionality. And back on the networking tab where I showed you, I'm going to go to Anne here. Go to this one. So once you've started a chat with somebody, you get this join video call option, this big button here in the middle. So that same functionality that I just showed you is also one-on-one capable in your private chat area here in networking. So you have your choice. You can do one-on-one video calls, you can do group video calls. It's pretty cool. So back to the booth. The other button I want to show you is this request information button. That's the other big feature of lead retrieval. So when people click on this button, you'll see it automatically send your contact information along with, you can put any notes in here. I'm the attendee right now clicking on a booth request information button. I can say, I would like more info about whatever. And If I have any files that I've uploaded to my own portal, I can include those. If not, this form is automatically attached to my profile. So when I submit that, I've already done this, so it's not letting me. But the booth owner will have my contact information in their portal. That is the lead retrieval, where you can go in, anybody who's requested information from you, you're going to have their full contact information. So it's really important to get people to click on that button. We'll be telling people to do that. I'm going to talk a little bit about the gaming codes that we're going to be using. That's one way you can get people to click on your request information button. You can do it however you like, but that's kind of the goal, is you want them to click on that request information button, because then you have a list back in your portal under lead retrieval of everybody who's clicked on that button in your booth. I'll show that to you here, right there. And then when you download it, you can download it in Excel, PDF, however you want to do it, and then you'll have all that contact information. Oops. Again, I think I saw a couple questions here before I go too far. Can you share, oh, sorry, I forgot to mention that. That's a great question. Can you share your screen from the booth video? For example, if you wanted to share slides. Yes, you can. I meant to mention that, but I didn't. There is a share screen option when you're in the video booth. So that's a really cool way to use it. Great question, Christina. That just slipped my mind. Let's see here. I already pointed out the virtual chat here. So that really covers, I think, all the primary features that you're going to need to use during the event. So the networking tab and your booth and the lobby are really where you want to be hanging out. One more chat here. Yeah, so I'm going to get to in a minute what the codes are going to be and how that's going to be used in the scavenger hunt game that you'll all be able to take part in. That's over here under games and prizes. I guess I'll just show it to you now. This is when you click on this scavenger hunt, there's going to be a point system. So each one of you will get a code, and there'll also be codes put out in different areas of the site. And when attendees find those codes by visiting your booth or by attending the keynote, things like that, they will enter their code in here. They'll claim their points. And then there's going to be a leaderboard with people with how many points they have, as well as prizes that they'll be able to redeem their points for. So depending on how many points the prizes are worth and how many points you earn by visiting different areas of the site, this is where you'll be able to get some prizes. So we'll be sending you each a code, and what I would recommend is you probably want to make it a little difficult for people to get that code. Like, they have to contact you. You can put it in your, if you want to, and you don't want to deal with anything, you could always put your code in your text here, maybe at the bottom, scavenger hunt code that we send you. Or you can tell people, maybe put a notice in the public chat or in your description here. To access the code, click on request more information. That way you automatically get their contact information, and you can respond back to them, start a conversation, and give them their code. So it's a pretty neat little thing. And we're still collecting all the prizes and putting those together. So if anybody wants to jump in and contribute towards prizes, the more prizes we have, I think the more people will get around the site and visit different places looking for points. So it's kind of a win-win. We sent that link out in an email yesterday where you can donate prizes. So feel free to jump in and do that. I mean, you can do anything from just a little $25 gift card to up to a bigger prize if you'd like to give it out. And anybody who donates a prize will get their logo on this prize tab. So here, this is just a sample. Your logo would be on the prize that's given out. So it's kind of a cool little thing. Alrighty, I'm going to go back to PowerPoint here. So just in terms of some of the best practices, we want to recommend that you make sure you do everything you can to set up your booth, make sure everything's populated, have a nice banner, have your thumbnail logo uploaded, do videos, documents, all of that thing. Oh, one other thing that reminded me of, that when you have documents in your booth, that's another part of lead retrieval. So when people click on it to download, they'll be prompted to put in their contact information. So it's just another way for you to capture that information from people. And then also a really big thing is to spend some time these next few days before the event to really think about how you can best engage with people that are coming. You know, what kinds of things could you ask them about or share information about? You know, what might draw them into your booth or into a video call with you? Just kind of plan it out like that, because once you're in the booth, you're going to be wanting to be able to just respond quickly when someone visits, and have those talking points made ahead of time is really going to help you out. Also, be available during the event, especially during those exhibit hall hours that are scheduled. Get creative about getting people to your booth. You could do your own incentives if you like. You don't have to only do the scavenger hunt. You can do giveaways or other incentives. Make sure you respond to inquiries quickly, because when people are there, you know, they're interested and they'd love to hear back from you. Again, keep an eye on your private chat in your notification area and the networking section, as well as that public booth chat. You're going to want to be proactive and reach out to people who visit your booth. So on the booth tab that I showed you, where everybody is, let's see, over here. You just want to refresh your memory because it's not always the most intuitive thing. On this booth tab where everybody that's visited your booth is shown, you know, reach out to those people. Also, you could post messages in that public lobby chat. I'll show you that again. Oops. Lobby chat right over here. Anybody has the ability to post there. You know, this chat will probably, you know, it'll scroll through, it'll get filled up pretty quick. So if you post a message, you might want to come back and post it again. You know, if you're inviting someone to a demo and you wanted to show those slides or however you're going to do that, this is a good place to reach out to people. Also, if you're in the sessions and you're watching something, there's going to be a chat with a presence detector, presence indicator over here as well. That's another good way to find people who are interested in a particular topic. So you can always click on their names that you see and reach out to them there. Most of this, I think we already went over. I'm going to give you these slides afterwards just so you have them. So I wanted to make sure to include everything in the slides. Yeah, that's all stuff that I've reviewed. And then the scavenger hunt. That is going to be a really neat feature for getting people excited to come around and visit the booths. And, all right. I did just want to go over a couple other things real quick. Just to reiterate, your lead retrieval files of the people that visited your booth and clicked on your request information button are going to be found back in your exhibitor portal. That's really the only thing that feeds back into your portal is your lead retrieval results, where you can download there. And also, for anybody that does have a ticket, we really encourage you to go view the sessions. There are 2 or 3 live sessions each day that are on some pretty notable topics, some great speakers, as well as our full library of on-demand technical sessions. So if you're lucky enough to have one of those tickets, we really encourage you to really jump in with both feet and participate in everything you can. Let's see. I don't see any other questions in the chat, but please go ahead and post anything that you want to know more about. And as I mentioned at the beginning, you will have an email the night before that's going to give you access to this portal. So that's going to have your own personal login and password. And then once you're in, you'll be able to take advantage of all these features. One little thing here that's kind of a neat thing to pay attention to as part of the platform. There's a lot of stuff on this screen. So one thing you can do when you're in here to make it bigger is up by your picture in the left-hand side, you can click on the 3 little lines, and that'll open and close this navigation area. So if you just want more space here to look at the chat or look at anything in other sections, even in the lobby or the sessions, this can always close down for you there. Anybody have any other questions? Will we receive notifications if an attendee sends a chat request during off hours or after the event is over? Great question, Adam. So you do get notifications through the portal. You won't get notifications outside of the portal. So what we recommend is, because this event is going to be left open after next week for people to go back and watch additional sessions and earn additional credits, it's probably a good idea just to pop in here maybe a couple times a week and just see if there's any notifications for you. I think what I would recommend for all of you is after next week is done and we're done with all the lives programming, I would come into your booth, go back into your portal, but edit your about text here, and maybe just make a comment, something like, now that the summit is over, we'd love to continue the discussion with you, and here's the best way to get a hold of us, or something like that. So because there's no way to forward these notifications, I think that's probably the best way to handle that question. Feel free to come off mute too if you want to just ask a question. I did put on this last PowerPoint slide a link back to that exhibitor resource page that we've showed you before. It has a lot of this information in detail, kind of step by step. Once you get in there and play around with it, it'll become more easy to navigate. But just getting up to speed on everything, wouldn't be a bad idea to go through and look at some of the information on this page. Also, oh yeah, the live chat. I didn't show you that. We've just added for the event this live chat button. I'm not logged in as the chat person right now, so it's not telling you that it's live. But right down here in the bottom left where it says contact us, during the event, this is going to be a live chat functionality. So that's for attendees to use whenever they have any problems. And it's also for you all to use if you run into any kind of a quick question. I'll be monitoring this most of the time, or other people will be that will know how to help you. So if you have just a quick question, if you forgot how to do something, just use the live chat and we'll be there to help you, as well as, you can call us or email us as well during the event. We want to make sure you make the most out of everything. Did I post the PowerPoint? I haven't yet, but I will. That's going to be up there today along with the recording. So this will all be available to you today on the, Ian just pointed out, I put the phone number wrong on here. Well, I've done that a couple times. It's 720 is the area code for our phone number. I'll fix that before I post it. But anyway, yes, this recording as well as the PowerPoint will be on this exhibitor resource page. You can also access that exhibitor resource page from the event website. It is here under exhibitors and exhibitor training guide for virtual booths. Right there. How many exhibitors and attendees have signed up? So we have, I believe the current number is 23 exhibit booths, and attendees, we are at about, I think the latest number is about 240, along with about 150 speakers that also are going to be full attendees. So we're getting close to about 400 total people at the event. So it's going to be pretty exciting. Anytime before the event, as you're looking through this stuff, feel free to call us and email us ahead of time if you want to go over any of this. We can walk you through any of these tools. We also extended the early bird discounted registration rates. They were set to expire this week on Monday, and we extended that all the way through next Monday, the 26th. We had a request from the Wyoming department there that they wanted to send it out to their operators and hopefully get some more people registered. So we just extended that. Okay. Any other questions before we close up for today? All right. You're welcome for this training. Hopefully that was helpful. And, like I said, we'll be there during the event to help you as well. So don't hesitate to reach out anytime before, during, or after. Thanks everybody for coming today.